Ideas of Art from Scrappy Mania, and today I just want to pull this book. I got this book on a recommendation on one of the YouTuber, and she was using this book to make some painting, and it looked kind of fun. It's acrylic painting for beginners, and I like it. I like some of the designs that are here. So I especially like this design about the teacup, so I want to go ahead and create this, and so I'm going to use this book to create it. I just got some Artist Loft paints here, and I just pulled some paints randomly. I already used it to make the background because I like that background, so I put some colors on the background. I made already the the flat surface and then the top surface, something like this. And then this is what I want to create. So I need to create the saucer. And what you have here is prepare the surface, which I did. Paint the cup and saucer, which is what I'm going to do next. Actually, I need to create the saucer and the tulips, and then start creating the flowers, and then putting some more color in the background. So I'm going to lay this on the other side, and I'm going to start creating the saucer. So I'm going to create a big saucer here. So I'm using a pencil. Actually, I should use, let me go ahead and get chalk so that you can see it. Okay, so I got my chalk, and basically what I do is I have a pencil sharpener, and then you just take your sharp and create like a nice point with the pencil sharpener. So that's how I created these. So these are dollar store, from the Dollar Tree chalks, or even Walmart chalk, and that's what I use. So I'm going to go ahead and create the saucer. So I'm going to create an oval for the saucer, and you're going to create like a flat oval. The good thing about chalk, you can erase it. Okay, so this is my oval, and then my bowl will be a little lower here. It's not looking how I would like it to look, so actually my oval needs to be flatter. So if you look at this, it looks more like a point on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and try to create that little really thin oval. So let's go ahead and a really thin oval. This looks more like it. And then I'm just going to go down from the side here, and then that will be my saucer. And then I'm going to go ahead and create the cup. Here's my cup. Make another thin oval, like so. Then I'm going to create the handle. Okay. And out of that, I'm going to go ahead and put a line here, because it's going to be a different color. Then I'm going to just create the flowers. here's one flower, and then here is one more rounded petal. Okay, and then the tulips. Here's this other flower. Then we're just gonna make let's see, something to look like that. And then on here, I might use a rose, even though it's, so maybe a rose here. Now here we have like kind of like an upside down flower. And I think I'm gonna want to create some leaf. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it, what I'm going to do. And then we'll see how we develop this more. I might put a saying here or something like that. Finish this with some kind of inspiration saying. So now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to paint this cup. So I need a thinner one, so I'm going to use this size 6, and I'm just going to paint the cup. I'm going to paint it white first because I want to go ahead and get the colors that really shout out right here. So I went ahead and speed up the video because it's pretty long. Whenever you do mixed media, it always takes you a while. It's really long. So I speed up the video, but one thing that I'm doing here is for the yellow, which is a transparent color, you really need to lay down white acrylic as a background. Whenever you have another color that this yellow is going to be on top of, that other color is going to make it muted. So if you really want a really strong yellow, then you have to lay down white before you put the yellow. And that goes for other colors. There are some colors, especially the cheaper colors, that don't have a lot of pigment, but mainly a lot of fillers with a little bit of pigment. You may need to lay down a lighter color, like I'm doing here with the tulip, and then you can go over it with your paints. Now you don't have to buy expensive paints. Really, you don't. Especially if you're doing this as a relaxation and it's just something that's in your art journal, you're not selling it. You don't need to buy expensive paints. You can just get away with artist loft paint or any of those paints that you can get in a discount store. And that's what I do. I don't have expensive paint. I do have a couple of tubes that are expensive, and that's because I wanted to try it out. And they're thicker. They're heavy acrylic, hairy base acrylic, and so those are a little more expensive. Which I do use it when I want to create a picture that I'm going to frame, like some abstract mixed media. But see, as you can see here, these colors are great. They look very good in your art journal. And right now I'm just going over creating my leaves. And I'm just doing a background. So I'm just filling in colors on the flowers. I am giving them some shading. As you can see there, I'm kind of going with a lighter color just at the edge to give it some shading. And I do that with all the flowers, so it does look good. You can your artwork will look better when you do give a little bit of white and you do a little bit of shadow and you have low lights and highlights. And the way you do that is by just taking the different hues of the same color and going over the shape and giving it some low lights and highlights. And then see, this rose is easy. It's just little comma strokes of the different colors and the different hues of the same acrylic paint. And it looks good. This really looks good. And you can even actually make this and give it, you can make it and put it in a little frame. So you can buy a little cheap canvas, put it in a little frame, and it will look really cute in a kid's room, or even in your bathroom. It'll look really cute, I think. So now I'm working on the handles. So I'm putting a little bit of white, and then now I'm taking a detail brush, and I'm taking some of my black acrylic paint and outlining the shapes. And see, as soon as you do that, look at what you get. It's really defining each of the flowers, and it gives it more interest, and it gives it that whimsical look. And I really like how this looks. It's coming out. And I think I'm going to try this out with the ladies at church and do an art event and give them some of these acrylic paints and have them do their own version of this cup with flowers. One thing I may do is I may create a stencil with the cup, so that way the cup comes out how they want it, because that's the more difficult part, is the cup. Flowers, you can make flowers look good even if you put a blob of paint on your canvas. It looks good because once you add the little details, it looks like a flower. So I think I'm gonna think about doing that in my next craft event. So here you can see I'm adding some more highlights on the flowers, and then I'm taking inspiration from the book, and now I'm going to start adding the little stripes, the little dots, and just doing very whimsical. And see how it starts, now it's starting to pop. It's starting to look really good, what I created here. And I can even envision this in a smaller scale on a 5x7 card. Then I decided to put some details on the cup itself, and I just created some little dot for my roses, and then little oval shapes for the leaves. And I do like how it's looking. Now pretty soon I'm going to go ahead and create another flower. I'm creating the butterfly here, and then I'm going to create another flower at the bottom shortly. But I'm still adding some more fuller leaves. And for these fuller leaves, I'm not going to outline it. I want it to stay on the background, just to fill in the empty spaces. And I think it's looking good by adding those leaves. So now I'm going to look for some stuff for the other page, but before I do that, here is where I'm putting my flower, because once I looked at the book, it had two flowers on the bottom of the cup. So that's what I decided to do here. Just put two flowers. This one's going to be red, and it's going to be a tulip. And that's pretty much it for this phase of this painting. So I want to put something on this page. So I have a little bag here of a friend of mine gave me, and my sister. So my sister gave me the scripture ones, and these cardboard that says, God will carry you through the storm, be strong and courageous, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding, Proverbs. And then it has, the symbol for Christianity and a bunch of stuff. So I found this one because I really like, let me put this back. I found this one that I'm going to put here. Okay. And then I'm going to put this little dove And you know, doves symbolize the Holy Spirit, so I will put that there. But I also found these butterflies and coordinating dies. So I want to go ahead and use those, but before I use these, I want to go ahead and put some color on here. Okay, so, and I think what I'm going to use is the Tim Holtz Distress crayons. I really want to try those out, so I'll be back. I decided to, because I want to do some techniques, I decided to just get some of this Fabriano watercolor. This is hot press, and I am going to use this to make my butterflies. Now I'm going to, actually I don't need such a big one, so let me go ahead and use this one. I'll use a smaller one. Don't need to use such a big sheet to cut it down. Let's go ahead and use this. And it's already gummed, so I don't have to tape it or anything. And what I'm going to do, so let me bring this aside. I'm going to put a little bit of background color, and then I'm going to cut it out and put it and stamp it and then cut it out. And that's why I want to use this hot press, because when you stamp you get a better impression. Now I have all the sets, so this is set 2. Here is set 2. This is set, let's see, set 1. So this is set 1, set 2, and then set 3. So here's set 3. And I'm going to keep, I'm not going to take any of the sets out. I'm going to leave them in the tin so you can see the colors. And I always love this teal. This is cracked pistachio. So I'm just going to put some color on my pad. And I like this yellow. This is from set 2. No, set 1. So let's put set 1 here, set 2, so you know the color. So set 1, set 2, set 3. And I should put a sticker here, so that way when I'm using it, you can see which set it is. So that's from set 1. And I'm going to use some of this blue from set 3, and this is tumble glass. Okay. Then we're going to use some red. So in set 1 there's no red. Set 2 has some red, which is the Bondor. And I'm putting the red close to the yellow, so when I put some water, it's not going to interact too much with the green to make mud. Then I'm going to use pink. Of course, this will make like a little purple color. And this is Kitchen Flamingo. And I don't know who comes up with these names. The other color that I like is this one. This is Twisted Citron. Now you got to be careful here that you don't create mud, which would be okay. A little bit of brown will be okay. Let's see what other color I want to put here. I want to put some purplish color. So we do have, this is this is poison. Vinicius poisoned, or something like that. I can't pronounce it. Like villainous poison. Okay, so that's it. So now I'm going to bring a watercolor brush, and I'm just going to smooth it out. And I may need some more color there. So that, I need more color. So that was this color, so I'm just gonna get some of this pigment out. It's not really giving a lot of color, though it's giving color here. So let's see, maybe I need to okay, so there's a little color there. Got a little bit of the purple here. And we don't want to create mud, so I'm going to just liquefy this a little bit. And I think I want some more intense color. Let's try this color. This is Peacock Flakes. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. Liquefy it. Yeah, that looks better. And then the purple, which I got it from the first set. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and then we are going to stamp it. I've used these distress inks with stamp images, and they're pretty nice. But for some reason, the colors are not very vibrant on this thing, on how I'm using it now. But I do like these. And there's a lot of videos and people using this, and they, you know, you get really good results. So let me go ahead and try this real quick. Okay, so it's off the block. So I'm just going to use my rock block, and I'm going to use a stamping pad, nice firm stamping pad. And actually I need a smaller rock block, because you want to use your block should be close to the side of your stamp. These are my stamp, so I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see which one I want to use. I like this one. I'm going to use my black ink because I really want it to stand out. Let me do one impression and see how it comes out. Okay, not bad. I'll go ahead and clean it. And let's go ahead and use this one. Okay, looks good. Let me do a little one. And I think I like this one. And since I have the stamp out, I'm just going to stamp every single butterfly. And then I'll decide which one I want to use. I can always use it in other cards. So while I'm here creating, might as well use all the stamps. So I got a little more, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry it, and I'm going to actually, did I do this one? Nope. Yeah, I did. I did that one. Oh, it's that one that I did, not this one. I'm going to go over it a little more with my Distress pencils. And give it a little more color. And then I'll do one more of this one. Actually, this one. Now that I have all these stamped, I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. So I'll need the coordinating dies. But before I cut them out, actually, I wanted to bring my colors back. And I'm going to use just set 1. And I'm going to give it a little more color, a little more depth. I really wasn't really happy with the intensity of the colors in the first technique. So now I'm going back with directly with the pencils and then just blending the colors in. And I do like that a lot better. I think the butterflies had a lot of more intensity and looked a lot better. But I think either one would have worked well. It's just I like to have more color, especially my painting has a lot of bright colors. I really wanted the butterflies to to also have bright colors, so it'll go with the painting. And I may not want to smear it too much because yellow and purple gets dull. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to use set 1 and see, even though you used colors from other set, you can see how you can use only one set to kind of give it a little bit of your highlights and whatnot. Okay, now I'm going to start cutting these out. So here I'm just cutting them out. Now I don't know the manufacturer of these butterflies stamp and die set because I got them a long time ago. But there's plenty of other sets out there with coordinating dies that you can buy on the market. And so any of those will be really good for this. And I'm using my small Sidekick because the Sidekick it's easy for me to crank. And with these smoky plates, it really works well with these dies, these type of die, the thin dies. So I'm cutting all of these out. We're not going to use them all, but now I have them ready for other projects. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back. I'm going to go ahead and place this down. Now, because it's cardstock, sometimes you can take, if you're going to put it on a journal, sometimes you can take some of the layers of the cardstock out. In this case, you can't. It's really ingrained in there. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this tape. And I'm also going to use some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more liquid glue on here because I want to make sure that this doesn't come out off my journal because it's pretty thick. So then I went ahead and put my my other little embellishments, and I'm trying to figure out where to put all the butterflies and see how the butterflies really stand out from the background because they're very colorful and very bright. So I decided to put some around my artwork, around the teacup area, and then I'm putting some on the other page, as you can see there. So, and I'm actually using most of them. So I just have a little bit of the butterflies left over for other projects. And here I'm just making sure that it adheres well and that everything will stay in place. So there's a little smudge in that area, so I decided to put another little embellishment that I had. And now I'm doing some detail work with my Sharpie thin marker. Okay, I think I'm done with this page. So this is the page I created. I think I'm good. We can put some sparkle, so let me see if I have some sparkle. You can go ahead and put some on here. Some glitter glue or something like that. So I shall be back. So I have this metallic paint in a tube, and I'm just going to put some in the centers of the flower. So this is my page. I'm done. I think I'm not going to add anything. So the inspiration came out of this book, Acrylic Painting for Beginner by Annette Bartlett. And these are good for if you want to hold classes, if you want to have friends over. They're pretty simple to do. See, you can have them practice making the flowers. They're pretty simple. And then here's a cow. I think that's the next one I'm going to try to do. And I'm not sure if it has the sketches of these things. No, it doesn't. But what you can do is you can probably photocopy this or create an outline of this, trace it, and then take on your copy machine, blow it up, create an outline, and then you can give it to the people that you are going to have like a painting party, or even for yourself to create the cow. But I think it'll be easy to create that cow. And then look how beautiful it comes out. You can even create a cow with different colors. So this book is pretty nice for beginners and just to have fun, you know, without really getting too technical. It's a nice little fun book. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.